Well, Downsview, it is a glorious Tuesday morning out here, just a few days before Christmas. I want to encourage you in a couple things. Number one, do take the time to go look at downsviewbaptistchurch.com, where you will find this past Sunday's service under the media tab. It was just one of those really high watermark services in frankly all the years that Pam and I have been around Downsview Baptist Church, and others have said the same thing. God just pulled details of that service together in ways that we had not planned and had not expected, but were particularly glorifying to the Lord. And so I want to encourage you to see that. I'll try to remember to put the link at the bottom of this video as well, and when I send it out on the email. Second thing is to plan to come and join our church family at 6 o'clock on Friday night, which is Christmas Eve. Yeah, like 4 days away. It has snuck up on us, I imagine. And it's one of those evenings that we don't have a parallel to very often, do we? We don't have a lot of evening services at our church. It is the kind of thing that I find particularly deeply enriching, and perhaps part of it is that we don't see it very much, so it has something in its special sense of special, being special that way. This past Sunday night, Richview Baptist Church, one of our sister churches in our area, hosted their seniors Christmas carol sing, and Grant and Bev run that along with Pastor Jonathan over there, and was glad to hear of that. Pam and I went over to Pineland Baptist Church, which is also one of our sister churches in Burlington. Pastor Tyrell, who has just been here less than a year, opened up the scriptures for us, and we had a great opportunity for Pam and I just to have a little different change of pace, a little different feeling. But again, an evening service in both of those cases, I don't know what it is, to be honest with you, and I'm not sure I need to overanalyze it, but there's just something really special about an evening service. The lights look better in the room. The sense of fellowship and camaraderie for some reason seems that much more intimate. And so we'll be there Sunday night for our candlelight service, the opportunity to sing together and enjoy the Lord. And we imagine that a good number of people will be away. It'll probably be just a handful of us, probably almost an expanded prayer meeting. But I think that's the other aspect of it, that there's a real sense of the community of saints who love to be together, who want to be together, who appreciate being with one another, to have that opportunity. And so I want to invite you to come 6 o'clock on Friday. And for whatever reason, some folks had asked, gee, are we having a service on Boxing Day? Well, of course we are. It's the Lord's Day. It's 2 days after the Friday, but that's when the Sunday happens to land this week or this year. And so Sunday the 26th, as usual, at 10 in the morning, we'll be having a service as we say, it happens to be on Boxing Day. The other short piece of announcement is that our prayer meeting that has moved to 11 o'clock on Wednesday afternoons is now postponed, kind of put to pause button, until the 12th of January. So just the next few weeks, we'll take a bit of a break from our prayer meeting. We know that folks have a couple of other things happening, and so we'll take the opportunity to come back on the 12th of January. But if you can spread the word a little bit, there's a number of folks who don't have email or don't watch these videos, and sometimes we think we've called everyone, and then sure enough, there's that one person that we forgot to let know, and gee, we were disappointed in having them show up. So no prayer meeting until the 12th of January. Pam and I have been reading through, or frankly listening through, the Gospel of Luke this past month, and today being the 21st, we saw in the 21st chapter of the Gospel of Luke the opening lines that detail this story of the widow's mite. Now that's an old-fashioned word, of course, but it's the picture, almost, I want to say parable, but it was presented as reality, that those who were bringing their offerings to the temple, and it's just this parallel between wealthy folks who had lots to give, and frankly, it was a big deal to them and to others that they had given so much. And then this senior lady, apparently, a widow not just the fact that she'd been bereft of her husband, but in the context there, of course, a widow would be someone who would be poor, who would not have much to give, and certainly in this case didn't give much. Jesus said she just put in 2 small copper coins. We think of it as someone brought riches and someone brought a couple of pennies. And Jesus said she gave more than all the others did. Now, on one level you go, oh, well, a little hyperbole there, she gave more because... No, listen. Let Jesus define what more is. Because what he means by more is more of an offering, more substantial an offering. That's what the concept of more is being defined as there. More substantial, more significant. What she gave was more significant, more substantial than all the others had given them, because she gave out of her poverty. They gave out of their abundance. Boy, there's a Christmas message, isn't there, these days? Who of us haven't had a beautifully handmade little card from a young child? The paper's smunched, and the crayons broke halfway through, and it's not well done. They're not about to grow up to be an artist. But boy, it's just this beautiful effort and heart behind the gift, right? You know what it is for us to sort of receive the Christmas list. That's, here's all the things I want, go out and buy them for me, and we'll call that your gift to me. You know how much I struggle with the the concept of the Christmas list and the filling an order at Christmas time. I mean, filling an order on Amazon on behalf of someone else is what you do as a favor for someone. That in my mind doesn't qualify as a gift. A gift is something you would not buy for yourself. The senior lady at People's Jewelers back in Thunder Bay when I was still in high school told me that one time. I was buying a present for my mom. I remember that specifically. And the lady said, right, a gift is something you wouldn't buy for yourself. And I thought, that widow's mite is a sense that she didn't give that to herself. She didn't keep it for herself. She gave. And she gave sacrificially. And there's nothing wrong with us giving out of the abundance that we have when we have abundance. That's not the issue there. The issue is, do people simply get what we have left over? Is it something that doesn't make any difference to our life? Life's no different. My bank account's no different. My experience in this world is no different, no matter whether I consider how I've been giving these Christmas presents or not. Or is there actually something different that this widow was bereft of her husband and now bereft of these last couple of copper coins that she had? Jesus says it that way, doesn't he? She put in all that she had. Sometimes we get gifts from people and we say, oh, you shouldn't have. Boy, if you say that to a child who just made that little card with the crayons, oh, you shouldn't have, that's just heartbreaking. What do you mean I shouldn't have? Great, thanks a lot. And yet there's something there that says, I was looking actually through the Christmas wrapping the other day. I was digging through some stuff and I found a card from Nicholas, who he gave me almost 3 years ago now, and talked about how much he appreciates me being his pastor and how much he loved the Charlie Brown video and the Charlie Brown sermon. And I remember when I gave that sermon just a few years ago there, and I thought, yeah, I kept this card for a reason. To pull it out at times like this and to appreciate all over and afresh, something that was given from the heart. And I know we can fall into all kinds of cliches about, the difficulties of Christmas and materialism and such, and there's good lessons there for sure. But I just want to encourage us, just as we're coming up to Christmas Eve, and we'll be into this couple of days to come to the end of the Gospel of Luke. Check out that 21st chapter today, and check out your heart's motivation. Maybe even check out the level of anxiety and worry and frustration that you have, that you haven't got all your Christmas shopping. I don't know what to get them. Like it's a problem to be solved rather than a love gift to be given. And let that turn your mind to the Lord. Your mind to the Lord, who didn't hold back and just gave out of what he had extra. His life was dramatically affected, wasn't it? His sacrifice was significant and real, cosmic in its implications, and giving to us his very life. What he gave his life, the song says, what more could he give? Oh, how he loves you and me. What a great opportunity for us to reflect on the giving of our Savior, even as we consider this season. See you in the coming days, friends. Cheers.